All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at those crypto markets. You know, what have we been saying? I don't want to gloat too much. What have we been saying? January is going to be boring. We're probably going to dump. We're probably going to go under 40,000. It was, a lot of people ask me, hey, Mike, how are you such the king? How did you know we were going to go under 40,000? How did you know 49,000 was the top? Well, one, sell the news. Two, right before that, all the meme coins were going crazy. And of course, meme coins historically, 100% of the time, not 90% of the time, not 50%, not 99.9% of the time, 100% of the time, when meme coins hit a top, you know the top is near for Bitcoin and altcoins. And that's what happened. So like I said, we went to 49,000 ETF. And then, of course, we dumped down to 40. It looks like we're going under 40,000. We're probably going to hit that CME gap, which I think is like 39.6. Maybe we'll hit 38. I don't know. I don't think we'll go much lower than that. Overall, everything's taking a dump. You got Solana down to $86. I might be able to get my $75 Solana. Cardano was 40-some cents or something like that. 49 cents. Everything's overall down. I mean, everything's looking like shit. Doge was up a little bit. And I noticed Hex. It's kind of funny. Hex is like the one coin that's up. Let's hear what Crypto Ran has to say about the situation. See if I agree with him.
Giving us an indication that it's starting to go down. And it's starting to go down below these critical levels. I've said for a long time, and I maintain my conviction, there ain't no way that we are recovering until and unless we hit 39,600. I've been saying it for a long time. I said it on the 18th of January. I said it on the 12th of January. I said it a long time ago where I said, look, every single CME gap eventually gets filled. This CME gap is going to eventually be filled. Now the question is the CME gap enough of a resistance or enough of a support to stop Bitcoin from falling even further? That's the question. I don't think so. I think that the next levels are the 37,500 levels, and I wouldn't be surprised if we actually get there. But for now, what I'm hoping is that we get to 39.6 and that we hold this 39.6 level that I have been talking about for a long time. And the reason...
So yeah, I think I overall agree with that, although Crypto Ran is kind of full of shit. You know, I did actually listen to Crypto Ran's channel today because when I go out for a run, I have to listen to stuff, and I don't like to listen to music. I like to listen to like crypto stuff, and the thing I like about Crypto Ranch channel, it's like a long 1 hour thing. Because if I put on like little 8-minute videos, like then I have to like pull out my phone when I'm running and like, try to like change the channel. So I'll essentially listen to anything when I'm running. As long as they're talking about crypto or UFOs or how much I hate electric cars or anything like that, I'll listen to it. But I do agree with that. I think we're going to hit the CME gap. Now, the question is, I don't know the answer to this question. If we hit the CME gap at 39.6, is that low enough? Is Bitcoin going to pump after that? And for me, it really just comes down to when all this happens. It's all about timing and how close we are to the halving. So the unfortunate thing is, well, first of all, I remember this time last year, or when I first got into crypto, or I first was making crypto videos, I was saying, oh, don't worry, guys, we're 2 years from the halving, or we're 1 year from the halving. Like, it's hard to believe we're like 2 or 3 months from the halving. So January is coming to an end. We have like 2 more months of the halving after that, 2 or 3 more months. A lot can happen in that 2 or 3 months. Bitcoin can do some serious fucking dumping, and so can these altcoins. And that's why I always said I wouldn't be surprised if Cardano goes back down to 45, Solana goes back to 70, 75. These are all in the cards and all excellent buying opportunities. So I'm not going to pretend I know what's going to happen. I think it's like a 90% chance we go under 40,000. And that's why I made that video last week where I said Bitcoin $50,000 after the ETF and then dump down to 40,000. Pretty good fucking video, I got to say, because 90% of your YouTubers were telling you Bitcoin's going to $100,000. But no. I've been in these markets too long to follow these YouTubers into the gutter. Like I said, I listen to these YouTubers for entertainment. I do all my own research. Everything comes from my brain. I don't listen to any of these guys. They're all charlatans. Crypto Ran's entire YouTube channel today was him shilling all his sponsors. Now, Crypto Banter has like 100 sponsors, and the whole YouTube channel is just him shilling his sponsors. It's really pathetic. He's such a fucking piece of shit. I mean, oh, he's such a rotten person. All these guys are rotten, but occasionally he says something I agree with, and I need some content. So I do agree with that. The question is, if we hit 39.6, are we going to go lower? I think it's like a 50-50 shot. We'll go lower into the $38,000, $37,000 range, but I certainly wouldn't be waiting for that kind of price action before I buy in. If you're waiting to buy a crypto, I would not be waiting for that. I'd be waiting for like, as soon as we go under 39, as soon as we hit like 39.6, that CME gap, I think you should pretty much be going 90% in. That's just me. Don't listen to me. I went 90% in a year ago, so you know, I was getting into Cardano at 23 cents. They had it like 75, 80, 85 cents, 90 cents. So I pretty much have plenty. Most of the Bitcoin stocks that I bought, MicroStrategy, Coinbase, they're already up 5x, 4 or 5x. So I'm not really looking to buy anything right now. I will look at some of these altcoins if we go a lot lower. But I think 39.6 is a sure thing. And, you know, this is one of those things where there's a lot of selling pressure right now. Here's an article I found. FTX sold about 1 billion of Grayscale's Bitcoin ETF, explaining much of the outflow. So we've been talking about this for the last 6 months, where FTX, as you guys all know, it crashed. FTX is a big holder of Grayscale, but they're also a big holder of coins like Solana. And I always said, once Grayscale starts selling, watch out if you hold any of these coins. And of course, unfortunately, they hold a lot of Grayscale. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see an article in the next month or two talking about how FTX unloaded all of its Solana, and Solana goes right down to $30 or $40. You know, Solana is, I think, definitely going down to $75 again, but could even go under 50 with all the big whales. And with FTX, they have to sell it. It'll get to the point where they have to sell it through court order. So be very careful in these FTX coins. You're essentially playing with fire. And man, if I was holding Solana from $12 and went up to 150, now we're at 86, I'd be selling. There's still a chance to get out of Solana if you got in then, but I think Solana's going to be one of the biggest dumpers if we continue to dump a lot further. All right. Are Bitcoin longs waiting for sub 40,000? 5 things to know in Bitcoin this week. I do. I think people right now are convinced that Bitcoin's going under $40,000. This time last week, they weren't convinced. I was convinced. I was convinced a month ago Bitcoin was going under $40,000. But now the people are convinced. They get it. They see how far we've dumped. So I don't see a lot of people flooding into Bitcoin. Not just traders, but just people looking to go long and looking to hold Bitcoin. I think they're waiting for under 40,000. I think you're probably going to see a nice big pump up once we hit 39,000. 39.6, we'll probably pump back up to 42, 43. But the question is, will we continue dumping after that? And that's a question I can't answer. I think you might as well flip a coin up in the air, and it really just depends on sentiment, when it happens, and how close we are to the halving. I saw Cardano's story. Oh, I want to talk about the stock market just 2 seconds. I look at the stock market today. Stock market is at all-time highs right now as Bitcoin dumps. So it does look like Bitcoin has pulled away from the stock market. You know, a lot of people always say Bitcoin follows the stock market. Well, not today. Stocks are at all-time high. Bitcoin is dumping. That's why you can't always use that as a gauge. And just to finish up, I got to talk about Cardano. I haven't talked about Cardano in a while. And, you know, I know everything's dumping right now. I know everybody's kind of afraid. Everybody's like, oh, God, everything's getting boring again. Things are getting depressing, just like we said was going to happen on this channel. But while everything's dumping, Cardano onboards 9 projects in 1 month. The story is actually from today. Input-Output Global IOHK, the research and development team behind the Cardano network, has published its latest ecosystem report. The report shows that 9 new projects started building on the blockchain in the past month. So that's what you want to see. That's what I've been talking about this since 23-cent Cardano, 20-cent Cardano, whatever it does. As these coins dump, it doesn't matter about the short-term price action. You know, all these YouTubers are out talking about, oh, you got to sell. Oh, Bitcoin's going to dump further. Who cares? We know the halving is coming up. We know within the next 6 to 12 months, we're going to be at all-time high for Bitcoin. They're just trying to get clicks. That's all they're trying to do. They're trying to sell you something. But while we dump, it doesn't matter because the good quality projects are building behind the scenes. So yeah, Cardano might go back down to 40 cents, 45 cents. I don't know, probably. But it doesn't matter because long term, and the long term isn't like long term like it was 2 years ago. The long term is like 6 months. End of summer, we're going to start to see crazy altcoin prices in good quality projects like Cardano. So if you don't have a lot of Cardano, now is the time as we're dumping. Maybe you can pick some more up. I have a ton of Cardano, so we'd have to go pretty low to pick more up for me. But there are certain coins that I kind of regret not getting into. Some gaming projects, some AI projects, and some meme coins. So I will be looking at them if we do dump further. Guys, other than that, that's why I made my electric vehicle video yesterday. I mean, things aren't interesting to me right now. I knew January would be boring. February might be boring too for all I know. I'm just kind of waiting for that next halvening pump. And then after the halvening, we're going to go crazy. Probably like a month after the halvening, we're going to start to see some real price increases, pushing that all-time high $60,000, $70,000 Bitcoin as we get 2-3 months past the halving. But right now, we are in dump time. We are in dumb money selling time. We are in, I saw Jim Cramer's now shitting on Bitcoin again. All the CNBC stories on Bitcoin are negative again. And that's kind of how the sentiment has changed. The sentiment has changed. And once Bitcoin pumps up to $50,000, you'll go back on CNBC and all their stories are going to be positive. They really are the definition of dumb money. But I'm not going to pretend there's a lot of stuff to talk about right now. Just be ready for a dump under $40,000. And if we get it, cost average in. Could we go down to $37,000, $35,000? Yeah, I mean, that's all in the cards. But as of right now, I think $39,000 is going to be tough to go under. Maybe we'll get like 38.9 or something like that. And then I'd say there's probably like maybe a 30% chance we go under that. But it's definitely possible, guys, because as you guys can see, when that sentiment in crypto changes, it changes on a dime. This time last month, everybody bullish. Meme coins are pumping. Oh my God, Santa rally. Everybody's wearing their stupid Christmas hat on all their YouTube thumbnails. Now everybody's pissed off and depressed. And that's how crypto goes. You get a month of pumping, everybody's happy. Then you get a couple months of negative news stories where everything's dumping. It's been like this shit now for 15 years, 14 years in crypto, and I'm not falling for it anymore. I don't get emotional anymore. I can tell you guys for sure. I wish I could pull up my trading history. Maybe I will. This time last bear market or bull market, 2021, every day I was buying and selling. Every time I listened to a YouTuber, Crypto Lark or Crypto Ran or George would come on and I'd start selling. I'd sell because I think we're going to go lower. And then we start pumping, I'd buy back in. I made so many mistakes last time. I can tell you guys, I haven't sold shit. This bull market, I haven't sold shit. And I'm not selling. I've done some trading like into meme coins and stuff like that. But I really haven't sold anything. And I really don't plan on doing any selling until the end of the summer. That's when I plan to start cost averaging out of crypto. Until then, it's all just noise. If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen, as they say. There's other things to be doing. If you got kids, go out sledding. Get yourself a hobby. But it's going to be a boring month. I'm just saying you shouldn't be tempted to sell watching all these stupid YouTubers because they want you to sell because they get kickbacks from all the exchanges. They're all scum. Every single YouTuber that I mention on this channel is scum. Every single one. With Crypto Ran, I play his videos because I just occasionally he'll say something interesting, but listen to Crypto Ran's channel today. It's just all him promoting his sponsors. These guys are such con men. Anyway, guys, that's it. If anything crazy happens, maybe I'll make another video later. But as of right now, boring. We're going under $40,000 for a little bit. And just look to buy cheap coins. Like and subscribe. Talk to you later.